What's up, you guys? Scott here. So yes, you found your niche. You're excited about the possibilities of your therapy and coaching business. But once you start putting pen to paper, instantly that voice inside your head says something like this: I wonder if this niche is going to be profitable. Then you spend the next day changing the niche. The next after that, changing it again, asking other therapists and other coaches and other mentors what niche you should pick. And within the next 30, 60, even 90 days, you're no further along from dedicating your time to the right business. So in this video, guys, I want to talk about the phenomena that I see happening everywhere, which is known as niche jumping. And how do you stop from jumping from niche to niche? And how do you know without a shadow of a doubt what's the one thing you could look for to know that a niche is going to be very, very profitable? Well, in this video, guys, I'm going to point out the only thing that will tell you if your niche is going to be profitable. Whether you're a coach, therapist, RTT, NLP, it really doesn't matter. I'm going to point out exactly what it is, make it super, super clear to avoid you niche jumping and get you on the right track for a lot of success in your business. So guys, let's get into it. So guys, the first 30 to 60 days, once you've chosen your niche, is crucially important. However, this is what most people are going to do. And the activities they're trying to see if that niche is going to be profitable are all incorrect. So here's what most are going to do. In order to see if their niche is going to be profitable, they start to give away free sessions over the next 30 to 60 days. They build websites, logos, write a book, podcasts, interview other therapists. They create free downloads, audios, free gifts. They start to build an email list. They go to events, meetups. They even go business door knocking, like they walk around the local area and knock on their hairdresser's door and say, hey, do you want some RTT or therapy sessions? They get more certified. They've got to have that master's of certification because that's the way I'm going to be able to grow my business. They start to hand out business cards and flyers. They continue to practice with other therapists and other coaches to enhance their skills. Remember, that 30 to 60 days, once you chose your niche or once you find your niche, is important, but they're spending their time just practicing with other therapists. They also go to the extent of hiring a VA to do all the work for them. Now, hear the horror stories about this. It's like, I'm going to start a business. I don't know how to get clients. I've never run a business before. I'm going to hire a VA for $5 an hour. I'm not going to teach. I'm not going to train them. They're a VA. They should know what to do. I'm going to pass it all off to them. They also go to those courses where they learn to tell their story and their background and all that sort of stuff. Or to the extent, which is probably just as bad as everything else, they go and hire an agency to get leads and do the sales call for them. And this is what most are going to do over the next 30 to 60 days. And it is so important because that 30 to 60 days is going to tell you if that niche is going to be profitable. And it's going to stop you from niche jumping to niche to niche to niche. However, these types of activities, which are very, very common in our industry, do not tell us if the niche is going to be profitable because these things aren't what I call client getting activities. We call these CGAs. These are not the things that are going to let you know that the niche is going to be profitable. So over the next 30 to 60 days, they try all of those things. I've probably missed out another 100 of the things that they're doing. 30 to 60 days in their current niche, what happens? No clients. They get nothing, not even a peep, not even an email, no interest whatsoever. And instead of analyzing the activities they did to try and get clients, what do they assume? It's the niche. So 30 to 60 days, they've tried all of these things that were never going to get them clients in the first place, regardless of the niche. No clients, then they change the niche. And then this happens. They change the niche over and over and over and over again because they believe that the reason I've got no clients is because of the niche I've chosen. And no, it's not. It's because the activities you have done to try and test that niche were all incorrect. They never would have got you clients in the first place. So we change the niche over and over. We jump from this niche to this niche to this one. And I guess to the extent we now give the niche like just a few days to see if it's going to be profitable. Then we change it again. We land on a niche like I help people quit smoking. And then that instinct kicks in and say, no, everybody's helping people live their fullest life or find their goal in life or live to their highest standards in life. That's what everybody else is doing. I'm going to go do that. I'm going to give it about 2 to 3 days. Didn't make $10,000 in that 2 to 3 days. I'm going to change the niche again over and over and over. The next assumption a lot of people make is this one, and I see this across the entire industry. Well, the reason I'm not getting clients, I'm not being successful, it's not even just the niche now. Aha, I figured it out. It's the abundance blocks. I've got some block inside my head that's stopping me from even finding the right niche and then finding the right clients. I know what I'm going to do. For the next 30 to 60 days, I'm just going to do complete abundance blocks. I'm going to sit there and imagine and fantasize about my business being successful. I'm also going to speak to other therapists, because the other therapists have all told me as well, and other coaches have told me it's all about abundance blocks. Every time I look at a program that's been marketed to me online, they're saying it's abundance blocks and energy. And if I clear those things, I'll have a successful business. I'm going to imagine my business being really, really successful. Next 30 to 60 days, we all know what happens then. Then we realize, okay, can't find the niche, abundance blocks, they're not working either. It's got to be the certification. I've got to get more certified. The reason clients are not kicking down my door, because my gurus told me they'll start kicking down my door if I get masters and advanced in this, because I've got to have those things. Otherwise, I won't be able to run a successful business. Then that doesn't work. Then our whole attitude changes towards everything. We start to blame the industry. We start to say, well, hang on, it's my guru's fault. It's the program's fault. It's all the experts' fault. What they're telling me is an absolute lie. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to lower my prices. Okay, I went from $100 down to $10. Everyone can afford $10. I'm also going to stop niching, because that didn't work. Now I'm going to create 15 different packages with 6 different prices, 9 different programs, 10 different funnels, 15 different squeeze pages. I'm going to create all of this stuff, because if I can just help everybody with some sort of problem, I'll be able to make money. I'll just charge them $10. Well, that's not working now. I'm going to give away more free sessions to get my name out there. I'm going to build the funnels, the Facebook ads, the sales pages, the webinars. After doing all of that, 12 months has gone by. You've made absolutely no money. You've made a mess of the business. You quit, which is really, really unfortunate. Now you have to go get a 9-to-5 job just to pay off the $20,000, $30,000. I even hear horror stories of $75,000 education bills, like education debts. Then now, because these people haven't got clients and haven't had a system to be able to get clients, they weren't informed in the right way, they're now working a full-time job just to pay back a $75,000 debt, which they never would have got clients in the first place. Now having to pay off the education debt. Then what happens? 6 months later, they get inspired again. They watch Tony Robbins. They go to a Kerwin Ray event, whatever it is. They get inspired again. They start their business again. What happens? They go back to all the same thing. They pick the niche. Over the next 30 to 60 days, they try all the wrong things to try and test that niche, and it starts over and over and over again. And guys, this is probably ringing true for you, because it rung true for me as well, because this is exactly what I did. And unfortunately, this is what most will do. This is what most of the industry will do. They'll repeat the same things that never would have got them clients in the first place. So what's the answer to this? Well, here's what I want to tell you guys. The only true acid test, regardless of what your instinct tells you, what other gurus tell you, you might even be able to hire an expert that will say, I'll help you create your marketing message and I'll help you find your niche. All of this is just speculation and guessing. The only true acid test to know if a niche is going to be profitable, hands down, is if it sells. It all comes down to sales. The only way to know if a niche is going to be profitable is if you sell your service directly to that niche. No thinking, no instincts. You've got to avoid that instinct. Turn off your brain and do not listen to other people who are speculating and telling you what to do as far as finding your niche. Especially don't be asking other broke therapists and coaches. Don't ask your mentors, because they're just guessing just like everybody else. So how do we get the right people to see our niche? How do we find out where these people are? Well, being that we're online, guys, we have to do something that I call social media spamming. You want to be spamming everybody. Now, I don't mean spamming by sending them a message to an extent, is that once you find your niche, your next 30 to 60 days, you should have one goal in mind each time you wake up, which is, how many strategy calls can I book today? How many strategy calls can I have today? And how many can I close? Everything else is just a guess. So once you decide your niche, even if it's wrong, you won't know it's wrong until 30 to 60 days later. Your gut instinct's going to tell you to change it. Do not listen. The only way to find out if a niche is going to be profitable is if it sells. So you want to be spamming social media. You want to be all over every social media platform that you can and do more work than everybody else. You want to be on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok, whatever else social media is happening right now. You want to be across all of those things. You want to be doing organic outreach, starting conversations, building your audience across social media. Thanks to social media like LinkedIn and Facebook and also Instagram, we can directly send a message to people and see if they want to get on a strategy call with us. So look at the difference. I could be on Facebook right now sending out 20 organic outreach messages a day to try and book strategy calls, or I could be sitting in my office doing 30 to 60 days of clearing my abundance blocks. My clients don't live in here, but they are on social media. The reason those abundance things and all of that stuff that you're trying is not working, because they were never going to work to get you clients, because your clients are not in here. They're physically out in reality. So if I can do the things in reality, like message people, create content, and be across all my social media platforms, answering my clients' most common questions and starting conversation with my potential clients, I have a higher chance of someone saying yes to a strategy call. Remember, that's my goal each day. You want to appear everywhere your clients are multiple times per day and answer their most common questions. And look, I hear this a lot. People say, Scott, I don't want to sit on social media every single day, 6 days a week, 7 days a week for the next 30 days. Well, if you've got no clients, what else are you going to do? You're going to go get more certified? That's not the answer. Are you going to do more affirmations? That's not the answer. Are you going to learn to tell your story, knowing that clients don't care about you or your story? Well, that's not the answer. But being on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram, all of those places where your clients physically are right now, with the problem inside their mind, and starting a conversation and trying to get strategy calls, this is the true acid test if the niche is going to be profitable. You want to be setting up short-term and long-term strategies with a direct connection to your booking system and your survey. Every conversation you have, you want to be letting people know, hey, we can do a strategy call. You create content. You could have a link to your strategy call. You can send out emails or message people on Facebook and LinkedIn. Like I said, send people a booking link to your booking to do a strategy call with you. Have one goal each day, guys. Book as many calls as you can and close as many as you can. Now, at the end of the 30 to 60 days, if you know without a shadow of a doubt that I did everything possible using those social media platforms to get clients, I sent out hundreds and hundreds of messages. I did hundreds and hundreds of Facebook Lives, LinkedIn, all of that. I did everything possible and I didn't make a sale. That's actually not a bad result. Why? Because it tells you that niche was never going to be profitable, and you can find one that is. But the chances are, if you show up more than your competition, the law of large numbers will let you know that you'll probably make some sort of sale. So let's say out of that 30 days, you get 2 sales at $2,500 each. You make $5,000 that month. You go, great. Okay, well, that's pretty much confirmed there's some money here. Now I can refine my activities. I can get better at social media, better at organic outreach, better at this, better at that. But because you did all those conscious activities, that's what was proving for that niche to be profitable. Not thinking, guessing, fantasizing, affirmations, asking other people. No, you were out there doing, in the trenches, doing the hard stuff. So have that goal each day, guys, to book as many calls as you can. Only change the niche after about 20 strategy calls. If you have 20 strategy calls over the next 30 to 60 days, you don't make one sale, it probably lets you know the niche is going to be bad. But guys, 20 calls, even in a really bad niche, you're going to make some sort of money. Even if it's still at the end, you think, you know what, I only made 2 sales, that niche isn't profitable enough. At least you made money. You can move on to another niche, and you want to continue this process. Now, in my lifetime as a therapist and now a coach, I probably changed my niche over 100 times. And each time I change or even adjust a word here or there, I go through the next 30 to 60 days to blast social media. That's all I did. I just did more work than everybody else. I didn't think and fantasize and build funnels and ads and affirmation. I didn't do any of that stuff. I did all the things I could do organically. I didn't want to pay for anything, and just kept showing up in front of my clients and letting them know what I could do. So remember, the only thing you need right now at the start of your business over the next 30 to 60 days is to have that niche. Once you've solidified that niche, have social media presence, a phone to take strategy calls and calls, and a Stripe account to take payments. The funnels, the ads, the learn to tell your story, all of that stuff, if you even need it all of that stuff can come later. But if you're spending the next 30 to 60 days building a website, spending time on your logo, spending time on your business cards, they were never going to get clients, and they never will get clients in the future. Be proactive. Your clients are on social media right now. Your job is to show up more than everybody else. Your clients are waiting to see you prove to them what you can do. So like I said, the true acid test here to know if a niche is going to be profitable is sales. Everything else is irrelevant. Okay. So I'm going to give you guys a real life example. This is what I mean. So off to the left here is one of my students. It's one of the older testimonials. She sent me through this, and it says, Scott, 2020 stats are in. We're now recording this in 2021. So this is the end of last year. I booked 116 clients, guys, at $850 each, making $98,600 in 2019. I made only $11,500. You have changed my fucking life. Now I want to show you the difference. This off to the right here is what she started to do once we solidified her niche based on my instructions. But when she was doing $11,500 each year, what was she doing? Logos, business cards, free sessions, affirmations, abundance blocks, listening to other experts who were saying, do weight loss, no, do stop smoking, no, do this niche and help people find their purpose and passion in life. She's doing all of those things I talked about before. It equaled $11,500. Okay, not even $1,000 a month. Okay, but now because we changed all the activities she did, and she started to be proactive where her clients are, that's the difference. So here's what our schedule looked like. We had a call with her just the other day and I broke this down. We looked at her numbers and figured out, wow, that's the reason why he made so much money. So this is what she would do in 30 days. She found her niche, and over the next 30 days, and she continued to do this every single month because the first 30 days proved to her that her niche was going to be profitable. She made, I think, about 3 or 4 sales. Then what did she do the next month? She did more and more and more. I don't just mean more sales. She did more social media and all the things that got her those first couple of sales in the first place. She just multiplied everything. So instead of doing 1 Facebook Live a week, she went to 1 a day. Instead of doing 1 YouTube video every 5 days, she did 1 every day. See where I'm going here? Multiplied the action. So in 30 days and every month thereafter, first 30 days, she did 36 Facebook Lives, 78 posts just on Facebook. And she repeated it on Instagram, same on LinkedIn, same across all of her social media every single month. A lot of action taking. Over 400 organic outreach messages, actually sending messages to her potential clients saying, hey, I do this. Can I help you with this problem? Same on Instagram, same on LinkedIn. Every single month she continues this. Between 15, 17, upwards of high of about 20 YouTube videos every 30 days over months, depending on how busy she is, but a lot of action. And she's building an audience by adding people to her Facebook page by 10 to 20 people, every 2 to 3 days, every single month. The result of this, just under 100K in 10 months. What a difference. So remember before, she was doing the logos, the websites, changing multiple niches, not even having a niche, multiple prices, multiple packages, helping people live their purpose, not actually taking action to test if the niche was going to be profitable, where instead she was 2 in her head, changed her niche every 2 to 3 days based on what everybody else is doing. We found a niche and I said to her, just humor me over the next 30 to 60 days. Do not change the niche. Don't second guess it. If it's wrong, who cares? But her answer to me was, Scott, what happens if it is wrong? And I brought her back to what she'd been doing all of the year before. I said, I get it. You want to be profitable straight away. But every time you change your niche, you've changed your niche in some cases like 10 times in a month. Over that 30 days, you've got no further and you haven't tested any of those 10 niches. And all of those niches could have been profitable because you kept changing it and changing and changing without testing anything. We're sort of leaving a lot of money on the table. You were worse off because you wasted 30 days. But now we've done 30 days, we actually made some sales. Sure, it might have felt like a long time, but now you're better off because we know what works. And every month after that, we can just multiply the inputs, get bigger outputs. And this is what happens, guys. I mean, what a difference. $11,500 in 12 months compared to $98,000. And all it took was to find the niche, decide that that was going to be the niche you were going to test, not if the niche that was going to be a niche for the rest of the life. A lot of people get caught up and say, well, Scott, once I find that niche, it doesn't matter. You're not married to it. You can change it later. My point of this video, guys, you have to test these things. Don't assume, don't keep changing because niche jumping is just going to take you a long time. Do that over 12 months. Keep changing the niche over 30, 40, 50 times because you didn't want to have an unprofitable niche straight away. You spent 12 months just guessing and you're worse off now because you've wasted 12 months of your time. So that's what happens. This is what I mean about doing the actual CGAs, client getting activities every single day over the next 30 to 60 days just to test if that niche is going to be profitable. So all of this is done, didn't even leave her house. No ad spend, no funnels, all the stuff we talked about before. No free session, didn't build a website, webcast, podcast. She didn't interview other therapists. There was nothing for free, no building an email list, no free gifts, no events, no meetup, no knocking on other people's, business doors. Didn't have to have masters. She didn't certify herself anymore. She didn't practice with other therapists. It wasn't abundance blocks. She didn't hire a VA, learn how to tell her story, hire an agency, do any of that stuff. She did all of this herself because her goal over that 30 days, once she found that niche, was to see if it's going to be profitable. And that's all she set her mind to. And it worked out that it was profitable, not really a lot at the start. Then we just refined her actions each day and she got better at the Facebook Lives. better at YouTube videos, better at organic outreach messages. So now what used to take her, quite a few actions to get a client, now she's at a point where she knows what she has to do each day to get a client. And if she just does those things, she can replicate the results. So the whole point of this video, guys, hopefully I made my point, avoid niche jumping, guys. As soon as you find a niche that you think, this could be profitable, so a guess at the start, you need to spend 30 to 60 days testing it. And your goal is to just make as many sales as profitable as possible. Wow, I'm getting tongue-tied here. But what I want to point out is your instincts are going to kick in, guys. You're going to feel the need to ask other therapists. You're going to feel the need to ask your mentor and other coaches what they think. And as soon as you do that, they're going to give you their guess. I will see a lot of mentors saying, I can help you find your market message. I can help you find your niche. No, you can't, because you're not their niche, and so on and so forth. They're just selling you a program. They know their niche and they can sell it to you. But if you're not helping that type of person, there's no point in asking that person, because they're going to give you a guess. And there's no room for guessing in business, guys. Your clients are out there right now with a real problem. Your goal is to go speak to them, find out what a profitable niche could be, then spend the next 30 to 60 days trying to sell your solution back to these people and see the results. Keep your brain switched off. But if every 2 to 3 days, you're changing your niche, you're changing your ID, your gut instinct, your intuition is telling you to change it, you're going to change it over and over and over. Within this fact of 12 months, you're going to look back and think, wow, I've got no further. I'm no further in this niche. I've changed my niche 60 times. You could have had 59 amazing niches, but you never tested them. The only way to know if a niche is going to be profitable is if you can sell it to people. If not, it needs to be changed. No instinct, no guessing, no fantasizing, no imagining, no intuition. It all comes down to looking at the data and looking at real people, guys. So if you're in 2021 watching this, or any year afterwards, and you found yourself niche jumping already and it's the start of the year, resist. Pick one niche, test it, and then make a decision based on the data. So guys, that's it for me for today. Hopefully that answers that question of niche jumping, gives you guys a bit of insight. Spend 30 to 60 days trying to sell to that niche, then see what happens. So that's all for me for today, guys. If you got any questions like normal, please comment below. If you found this information informative, please feel free to leave a like. It really does help with these video, guys, and lets me know what you guys want to see. Hopefully you found this video, just like all the rest of them, very, very invaluable. And please, like I said, leave a comment or just a like. It's only a small click for you guys. It means a lot to me. So guys, I'll see you on the next video. Bye for now.